Okay, so I am going to be showing you guys how to use the clay extruder. And first off, you're going to need clay, and you want to wedge it really good first, and you want it to get it into a longer piece so that it can actually fit into the tube. And you want it to get it in a solid piece, so it's that it's not in like two sections, okay? This is part of the clay extruder that attaches to this bottom part with these little hooks. It's not like a tight fit, and it's not supposed to be, but there's these little pegs down here that this wraps around. This is called a die, and a die just shows you what the shape is gonna come out like. So I'm gonna be making coils today, and depending on how big you want your coils depends on what size die you would use. So I am going to be using the second biggest one, and I put this piece over top of it so it lays right on there. Make sure that the hole is actually showing and that you don't cover it up. And then I'm just gonna lay it inside of here. Again, it is not a tight fit, and you wanna make sure it kind of stays in place. And then you just kind of hook that up there. Again, look, it's not a tight fit. All right, I just got brown clay all over this. Okay, so I'm just gonna plop that right in there. I have a bucket to catch my coils, and then this piece will actually fit onto the extruder. This hooks onto this pole, and then this just goes inside of it, okay? When I lift this up, this back part drops down. Okay. One second. Okay. So when I lift this up, this back part drops down, and I'm just going to use it like a lever. So lift it up, drops back down, and then now it's gonna start extruding the clay. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay, so you can see my coil coming out here. If you have the bucket, it's nice to be able to just kind of guide it in the bucket, and then you can just wrap the whole bucket up with plastic. Typically, you could have a partner for this, which is really nice. You saw how much clay that I put in the extruder. Realize that you lose clay in the bottom of this, so you need a fair amount of clay. I put 4 pounds in it to be able to make, I'll show you how much 4 pounds is going to make. If your clay is hard, this is not really gonna work for you. So you need to either wedge some water into it or get some new clay, okay? So that's about as much as I'm gonna be able to get out of it. And I just wanna show you the amount of coils that I have here, okay? And these are a bit thicker. Some of you might wanna be making thinner coils. Totally up to you. The crappy part about using the clay extruder is that it's annoying to clean. So to get this back out, it's not like an easy lift. You have to pull that up, and then pull this back part up, and kind of go back and forth until you are able to just kind of like pull it straight up. All right, so you can see there's a bunch of clay stuck in on this bottom piece. I usually use a rib of some sort to get that off. And if you're using, or you should wash this piece so that the clay doesn't get hard and cause some issues for the next person that's going to use it. You will also clean this piece off, scrape it with a rib or something to easily get this clay off, wash it. This piece comes off. You will see there's some gunkiness into it. Sometimes it's easy, you can get it off just by like pushing on it. You can also go like that if it's really suctioned in there, And again, I use a rib to clean out this, just to scrape it all out, scrape this out, and then clean out the inside with a rib just by like kind of scraping down and getting that clay out of here. There's not much inside of here. It's mostly on these parts. So that is it. If you don't clean the clay extruder, it is insanely hard to clean it once the clay is dry. Okay, so please do so.